has come to our family.
I'm Reginald Gickington, and you can call me Reggie, and today we'll be continuing our painting journey through the miniatures of the Darkest Dungeon board game by Mythic Games. I've been gone for a hot minute, haven't I? Well, I haven't been able to paint much since the summer, but I was finally able to restock some of my missing colors, and I was able to dive back into Darkest Dungeon. And well timed too, since my players are about to reach the final few dungeons, and the unreleased Wave 2 STLs just released a few days ago, which I'm eager to get started painting. But first things first, we've got to finish the base game. Today we're handling two Eldritch creatures, the Flesh Hound and the Polyp. These two are some of the various common foes of the Darkest Dungeon and appear throughout the final levels. A lot of the techniques for them will be familiar to you all, since we've done a few Eldritch characters already. But nonetheless, let's dive right in. As always, we start with an all-over black prime, and then we're going to do an all-over coat of royal purple. This is going to give their flesh a sickly and bruised undertone that hopefully will shine through in the crevasses after we do their skin. Once that's been done, the next step is going to be an all-over dry brush of Warlord Purple. This magenta color is our mid-tone, and it'll help to build up the lighter skin pinks that we're going to be using later. For our high tones, we're going to be making a 1-to-1 mixture of Mephiston Red and Lustful Purple. This is going to create a very light pastel magenta sort of color, which we're again dry brushing, this time focusing on raised areas and edges, like the tentacles on the Flesh Hound's mouth or the face of the Polyp. The next step is going to be the teeth and the brain. We're using Rakarth flesh on the teeth for both of them. It's important to note that there's a ring all around the Polyp's body on all sides. And then for the Polyp's brain, we're using Ghost Gray, which is going to be a good foundation for the greens we're later going to layer over top. We're now going to do some wash and speed paint. For both minis, we're doing an all-over coat of your choice of black wash. I just got a new bottle of Too Thin Coates' black wash, and I think it's working pretty well. However, make sure not to hit the Polyp's brain, because for that, we're going to use Army Painter's Rigor Mortis, a dull olive green speed paint that works best over white. For the brain, we're going to use a 1-to-3 mix of Warp Lightning and Contrast Medium. This is going to create a fairly thin Kelly green contrast mix, which is going to be painted all over the brain. However, we want it at its thinnest on the top of the brain and its thickest at the bottom, so the brain has a sort of gradient from dark to light. Then, we're going to use Scorpion Green, a bright lime color, and this is going to be used as a highlight on the ridges of the brain. Try and treat this, again, sort of like a donut shape, ringing it around the bottom half, because you don't actually want any at all on the top half of the brain. That we want to leave with as much of the original rigor mortis showing through, since it's going to be lighter and brighter than Scorpion Green. going back to the Flesh Hound real quick, and we're going to be doing a very heavy dry brush of lustful purple over the tentacles, focusing on their tips. If you look at the original sprite, the Flesh Hound's tentacles grow brighter and lighter right around each tip, so we're going to need to brighten those up. For the Polyp, we're once again making our Mephiston red and lustful purple mixture, and we're going to do a very thin coat of it over the tentacles and the sort of cheeks of the creature, above its mouth but below its brain. Also hit the trail of liquid coming out of its mouth. This is an addition by Mythic sculptors meant to give the Polyp the appearance that it's floating, and it's unclear exactly what it's supposed to be since it's not in the original sprite, whether it's bile, blood, drool, or some other mysterious fluid. Personally, I interpret it as blood, which you'll see later. The Flesh Hound has a number of eyes scattered across its head, so for those, we're going to use Doom Death Black and then a gloss varnish over each eye. Remember when using gloss varnish that, first of all, it doesn't need any thinning with water, and second, if you use a matte top coat over your minis when they're done, which you always should, you'll have to go back and redo your gloss varnish in order to retain its sheen and luster. Now we're going to go back and re-highlight some of those teeth with Rakarth flesh again, and we're also going to coat the fluid trail on the Polyp with blood for the Blood God, a technical blood paint that will, like the gloss varnish, probably need a bit of reapplication after varnishing, but it's going to leave a gooey, wet sheen. We're going to do the standard base and shadows as always. Mechanica Standard Gray for the base, Black Wash, Doom Death Black for the shadows. You should know the drill by now. And with that, both of these minis are done. We're running low on remaining minis, just a few more denizens of the dungeon left. Templars, Cyst, Antibodies, the Ancestor, and of course, the Heart of Darkness itself. It's going to be quite a ride, and I for one can't wait. I hope you've enjoyed watching another painting tutorial from me. Sorry it's taken me so long to get another one of these out, but I'm back now and eager to dive in. Have fun painting your Darkest Dungeon miniatures, and feel free to tag me on Instagram, @ReggieKick, to show me how yours turn out. Links to my affiliated socials can be found in the description. Feel free to subscribe or like the video if you enjoyed it, and I'll see you soon with another painting tutorial.